Sector really was the first time I ever learnt about something called final draft.
Editing on paper is one of the prerequisites of a good film.
Actually, I think after the first 20 pages, the characters tell me what they want me to make them say.
One fine day, Kiran calls me and tells me that, it's a real pain to cut, copy, paste everything from a Word document to a final draft thing. So would you be please kind enough to buy yourself a software?
Never second guess your writing.
Yeah.
Ever. Because ये दुनिया आपको सेकंड क्या, आपको 20 सेकंड गैस कराएगी अपनी राइटिंग और कहीं ना कहीं पिक्चर बन जाती है लेकिन आपका आत्मविश्वास खत्म हो जाता है.
Welcome everyone to the SWA Awards Winners Roundtable 2025 debut film. SWA is a union of screenwriters who work in India across TV, films, and web series. Every year, the SWA celebrates them with awards in categories like Best Story, Best Screenplay, Best Dialogue, and Best Lyricist. I, Mrunmayee Lagu Vaikul, today have the pleasure of moderating this roundtable with two of the writers of the winning films for this year's debut. Yes, you heard it right. 2 winning films. I was part of the jury and there were 3 nominees for Best Debut. And we had to declare them all winners. So here we have with us Sneha Desai, who wrote Lapata Ladies with Biplab Goswami, and Budhayan Roy Chaudhary, who wrote the film Sector 36. Lapata Ladies, a film that enjoyed global success and is India's official entry to the Oscars. Sector 36, an OTT gem that premiered on Netflix and swept critics and audiences alike. And finally, Girls Will Be Girls, an indie gem that transcended globally and won many international awards. Films as diverse as these, competing in a single year. I must say that the debutants are giving us all a good run for our money. We have with us the brilliant minds behind 2 of these amazing films, each one of them with backgrounds as diverse, if not more. Sneha Desai, who started as an actress, went on to write TV, who writes as many as 46 episodes a month. And Budhayan Roy Chaudhary, who started off in the high-gloss advertising world, who then wrote up about chopped up bodies and cutters in Sector 36. If I were to say 1,000 beautiful words about SWA, what it means to the writers, what it does for the writers, it would still come short against this visual here, with these 2 wonderfully diverse people sitting together with each other basis only their writing. This is what SWA is, a great equalizer. You could be anyone, from anywhere, know anyone, not know anyone. The SWA only heeds your written word. Awards for the screenwriters, by the screenwriters. That says it all, doesn't it? So, let's dig into this. Let's start. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel to be here at the Winners Roundtable?
Sir?
It's a delight. Humbling, feels extremely gratified that the work that you've been doing has been recognized. People have noticed it, appreciated it, and all the effort that went behind it finally comes to a point where there's glory, there's celebration, and the fun is where it all settles.
Absolutely. And you, Budhayan?
It's still a little surreal, to be honest, because I didn't expect to win to begin with. And apart from that, the fact that movies like Lapata, Sector, Girls Will Be Girls, today get a forum where we can actually talk about the content being king is something which even I think 5-6 years ago in this country no one could have imagined.
Right.
Right, where we would have a whole different platform of movies that speak a whole new language to a whole new audience who can watch it today on their mobile phones, or they can go to a theatre if at all, if they want to watch it. And that to be part of the bifurcation of this nature, wherein you can watch a big ticket flick in a theatre and yet come and enjoy pure unadulterated content on your phone, and to be winning in this world is, I think, something which none of us had ever imagined that India would move in this direction. So yeah, it's a huge thrill.
Which is also why, as part of the jury, we were also very flummoxed. We were like, these 3 films are incomparable to each other, while Lapata has gone on to win so much critical acclaim and so much commercial success, so to speak, whatever the definition of commercial success is. And then Sector 36 comes, which deals with such grim, gritty reality, which is, not necessarily what they say the Indian audience is looking for. We have enough troubles of our own. We do not want to see anything more. But even so, it comes because thanks to OTT at this point, and it garners the kind of word of mouth, the kind of success, critical acclaim. Then you have Girls Will Be Girls, which goes beyond India, which travels to from a small village in India to abroad, winning so many. And it was really, I mean, we were like split so finely. We were like, how do we pick that one best from these three? And it was such a gratifying part to be a gratifying feeling to be part of that decision-making process, where we were happy that SWA could actually, let us have this unprecedented win of 3 together. So again, congratulations, can't say it enough times. So I'm going to start with the one question that I think is on everybody's mind. We as writers spend quite some time with a story before it then comes onto the paper and becomes what it becomes. But we live with it the longest, So why this particular story? What was in this story that kept you there for this long and with that much dedication and sincerity? Bodhayan, if you could.
So, Sector really was the first time I ever learnt about something called Final Draft. And it was very exciting because as someone who was not at all in the industry, had no idea he would ever be in the industry, I've always been an avid consumer of cinema. And as Tarantino said, I never went to film school, I went to films. So from childhood, world cinema, Hollywood was my mainstay. Hindi, yes, to an extent. But I think I was more influenced by the storytelling narrative of, what's out there in the entirety of the world rather than just our part of the world. So when I got Final Draft and I realized that if you hit tab, then you get a character's name, and you hit tab and then you get an action sequence. And because in my head, I was imagining that, you have to keep a Word document, you have to hit tab multiple times together. I thought it's so difficult. But then Final Draft became a little addictive. So, and I had not learned it. So as a result, I didn't know the concept of a broad story. So I just started visualizing the movie in front of my eyes. I thought about it for a moment and said, what do I write on? I said, let's create something like Sector 36. Right? So I literally started writing my script. I always script first.
Okay.
And there is no story. The story comes to me as I'm going.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I think after the first 20 pages, the characters tell me what they want me to make them say.
This is specifically interesting to me because I cannot write like this. So please go on.
So it becomes very interesting because the movie started with him watching, a game show. And I wanted to kind of show that he's a regular family guy. He's possibly a domestic help at Kothi in Delhi. And then he goes up, and when the bathroom door opens, you see this young girl lying whose body is there, and he goes ahead to then butcher her. And this was inspired by a true case. Right. So as a result, what goes into the mind of a killer? For me, the case itself was unimportant. Right? Because it's horrific, and I don't have to shine the light on the horrors of the case. I think the people have suffered enough. But I think all of us in 2006, when we were kind of looking at this particular case, we all wondered, why would someone do this? How can someone do this? India follows patterns. When there's a break of pattern, I think all of us in any walk of life, be it social or political, we always say, how did this happen?
Right.
Because we all have,
we understand patterns.
India is this massive river that somehow never ends up breaking its banks. Once in a while, when the flooding does happen, I think the whole country pays attention.
Right.
So a crime of this nature, why would someone do this? And from that came the inspiration to tell a larger story about what Indians, how the divide between the have and the have-nots.
Right.
Because I think our country is in this perpetual struggle of moving up the ladder. Every single person.
Right. It's all about moving up the ladder.
Absolutely. What happens if that just the simple desire of moving up the ladder turns into something so viciously toxic? Would you see him as only a villain? Or would you understand to an extent why can someone be so broken? Why can someone be so perverse? Because I think in all of us, the germ of that same perversion exists. We just don't act upon it
That's true.
ever, right? But we're all greedy. We all want to move up. We all want to kind of see what's
Yeah.
beyond. We want to push 5 people down and move up the food chain. So that really became my inspiration to create it. And the
Interesting.
story kind of,
So you kind of started from character first, the psyche behind that,
yeah.
juxtaposing it with India's reality the way you see it.
Actually, the first thing that came to me while constructing my opening page itself was I wanted Newton's third law of motion.
You just wanted it.
I wanted
Period.
that because it kind of, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
It's my
kind of
favorite law for
became-
writers, by the way. I
It
always
became
use it.
the main motif of the entire story,
Right.
including the end when the protagonist himself is butchered.
Mm-hmm.
In his quest to find justice, there is no justice. Life continues. There is another Ram Leela and there's another poster
Yeah. Hmm.
being made, and nothing really changes beyond a point. So it was Einstein, it was the game show, it was the arc of this person, and the Ram Leela chase. So I think, it's very difficult for me to explain
What
I
started
did.
it rolling.
As I told you, the characters kind of told me, and
Fair
I just
enough.
kept
And
listening to them.
final draft. Let's not
And
forget final draft.
Exploring final draft, yes.
Sneha, what do you think?
I have my personal final draft anecdote with
Okay.
Lapata as well. So I write in the most old-fashioned way, paper and pen, and I just scribble at an insane pace. And when I type, I cannot keep up with the pace of how quickly my mind thinks. So I prefer to just write it, and then I get it typed.
Okay.
So when I wrote Lapata, it was a Word document, and it flew well while we were doing the initial drafts and discussions and all. And then one fine day, Kiran calls me and tells me that, it's a real pain to cut, copy, paste everything from a Word document to a final draft thing. So would you be please kind enough to buy yourself a software? So that's when I actually bought my version of
Okay.
Final Draft, and I took a tutorial and I learned how to write a script after I had written the script. So that's one thing. But when it comes to the story of Lapata, a very big chunk of it was given to me. Biplab Goswami wrote a fantastic story. He, in fact, won the competition at Cinestan. I think he was second.
2018.
2018, yes. And that's where Lapata began. It was called Two Brides at that point.
Okay.
And it was later on that it was given to me to develop into a screenplay and do the dialogues. So a very big chunk of it was already celebrated
Right.
before it even came to me.
So it was a screenplay draft which he had written, or was it more like read like a story?
It read like a screenplay.
Okay.
But a lot of what is there in the film was missing at some point, especially in the second half. But the characters were neatly etched. The plotting was pretty much there. So I had a great story draft to work from. So, you see farther than the giant when you have the giant's shoulders to climb on. So it was something like that, because Biplab had written such a fantastic draft that all I had to do was organically take it up from there. So kudos to him for doing
Lovely.
a great work.
So, Sneha, in one interview, I heard one of your interviews, you had said that, you got a call from Amir and Kiran, and when you get a call from them, you just say yes, right? But after that, what is it about this story? What did you find in this to keep going and do such a fabulous job at it?
Well, as you said, yes, to get a call from Amir sir and Kiran is a delight in itself. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for writers who are, still trying to find their footing. And the good part is that story अच्छी है, बुरी है, सही है, गलत है, उसका स्क्रीनिंग वो लेवल पे ही पहले हो चुका होता है. So what is offered to you is generally a nugget of gold.
Right.
So you don't really have to worry about that. After that, it is how you fine-tune it, how you lend your own voice to the entire thing. What was given to me had this delicious hook, had this wonderful story. What I found a little amiss was tone and tenor. So I wanted to say a few things, but in the most entertaining way, in a way that is not too much on the nose. I wanted sarcasm, I wanted satire, and I wanted a lot of laughs. So that's when I started reworking on the entire thing and said, let me see if I can say all these things in a lighter way, so that it goes across a little more fluidly,
Right.
rather than talking about feminism, activism.
That's what I was going to get to. Is somewhere it being a story about two women, or largely about two women, did that make you feel like we need to do this in a lighter way to reach more people, or there's a normal conception that all the so-called feminist films are very heavy, very serious, tear-jerkers? Is that where you were also coming from?
Not really. It wasn't a conscious decision, I'll be very honest. I just wanted to make characters which were well-rounded, which had shades of grey, which were realistic, which were flawed. And as I said, that I did not, they're basically simpletons, they're naive people. So for them to come up with very bombastic theories about life, about what their rights are, what their place in the society is, would look completely off the mark.
Right.
So how to engage the audiences and the character lines in a way that your point comes across and yet they sound within the range of their character limits was a challenge. So that's where I played their naivety to
the advantage
to the
of
advantage.
the tonality.
Goofy way में native wisdom अगर आ जाता है,
हाँ.
so that is the finest way to resonate across India, at a very pan-India level, because even though it was a very, very rural setting, I found instant identification with the characters of
Right.
Pool, Jaya, Manjumai that we created. So if a urban lady like me, somebody who's very conscious about what her rights are, what her duties are, what her stand on societal conditioning is, can find resonance, I felt that a lot of people would identify with this.
Right.
And this is a great opportunity which should not be lost.
Right.
So that's why I felt that let me design it in a way that people find it immensely
And I have to
entertaining.
say that is truly the masterstroke, because I think its tonality, it's celebrating the mundane with unique turn of events. This juxtaposition with each other really, really made it what it was. This also leads me to my next question. In your film Sector 36 and in Lapata, was there any scene, character, moment that you were just not being able to crack? Or you were being able to crack it, but you were going at it again and again and again, like, ये 50 बार लिखा है, ये वाला scene इतने बार लिखा है, ये dialogue जम नहीं रहा था, ये character, it's still not exactly what I wanted. Anything like that happened, Bodhayan?
Yeah, so I mean, see, I think for all of us writers, there are multiple such situations that happen every single time we write a script. Is not like one time, but I think the one that pops out the most, at least in the case of Sector 36, was the interrogation.
I would have thought.
Yeah, so in the interrogation, because the story, and I told you, I have no technique. There's no broad story, because Sector, if you start putting it down into a broad story, you realize it's like it's grown organically on its own. It cannot be tracked down to a story. So in any case, the screenplay reached a point where now it was the interrogation. So I had written it till there. And now what do you do with the interrogation? Now, received wisdom tells us that there has to be a third degree torture
Fair enough.
for a convict in our country to kind of spill the beans. And, and I said, is that the only way in which we can deal with this matter? In any case, there was already the game show angle coming right through the movie. That was one separate layer. Newton was a separate layer. All of that was happening. So I said, but the answer was not presenting itself to me, because I had to, in that, and it's about a 17-page interrogation. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So, and for me, I was very lucky that Maddox saw it for its power. And even then, as anyone would ask, 17 page chahiye? And I had put my foot down because that was my first film. I said, haan chahiye, 17 page chahiye. So when it came down to the 17 page, it was, okay, how does this person end up so nonchalantly telling about it? And he says, Usha Raghuvanshi kal आज 1 करोड़ जीतने वाली है, तो आज शुक्रवार है, कल आप बुला लो किसी टाइम, मैं आ जाऊंगा, can we do this tomorrow? So that split in You see, there is a killer, and then there is an extreme form of sociopathy and psychopathy, where you're so detached to reality that you like, ये तो मतलब आम बात है, मैं हम लोग कल भी कर सकते हैं इसके बारे में. Let me just watch my game show,
Right.
and I'll come back tomorrow morning.
And that speaks so much about your character.
Yes. So
If anybody had any doubts until
Yes,
then.
Yeah.
exactly. And because both, the SP and Pandey end up playing to it and saying, अच्छा ठीक है तो तुम फटाफट जवाब दे दो फिर घर जाओ. And the speed with which he's giving the answers, हाँ चुन्नी से मारा, अगला सवाल पूछो सर. And the way he goes to describe how he kills these people. Till the time I wrote it down, I didn't know what to do. And again, this entire scene, this entire section, you can completely change the voice and it will still hold true. For instance, my first thought was he gets aggressive. He can say all those dialogues aggressively. And then I had a very dear friend of mine, Apratim Khare, who's no more, and he was like a bit of a, we were friends from nursery, and he used to be my sounding board. And I called him up and I read out the lines to him, and he was like, अच्छा अगर ये बिना angry हुए बोले तो, and that kind of
tube light moment.
yeah, there was tube light moment. I said the whole thing can be said so matter of fact, as if कोई एक recipe बता रहा हो.
Nice.
So that I was halfway through, and then when Appu told me this, I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. So the moment I changed my tonality, like Jordan Peele has said, the only difference between horror and comedy is the background music. Right? So similarly, the moment you take away the aggression, the obvious police station ke andar confession chal raha hai, and make it a conversation between him, as what he's imagining is a conversation with the cop.
Right,
The cop isn't
right.
imagining that.
Right.
I'm possibly bringing a whole new definition to what an interrogation can be picturized as.
Yeah.
But creating that was a nightmare.
But very well done, because these are the scenes, like you said, many films have been seen, many TV shows have been seen, and interrogation is the one kind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
wo
then
ek
these
hai.
are the films where you begin to question, ye research se aaya? Does this actually how it happens? You don't, and you're so swept up in it. Brilliant job, I have to say. And Sneha, anything that comes to mind?
One character and one scene, Manjumai's character, because that was not a part of the initial story. That was actually Kiran's brainchild. So Manjumai was somebody we designed from a scratch. We just wanted different shades, different facets of women. So Fool was one, Jaya was one, the women of Deepak's household were the different kind. And we wanted one who was gruff, who had been a victim and had risen above playing the victim card. Somebody who's bitter, who's tasted life, doesn't think too much about it. So that was a character we had a lot of fun in designing. At the same time, she gave us the immense luxury of saying a lot of things that we wanted to put out there. So she was a feminist rebel of sorts, and yet not the kind that we're used to, not stereotype. And the scene is, of course, the scene with Ravi Kishan in the Thana, where the final act happens.
I
and
can imagine writing that. Oh my God, the layers, the sheer layers in that scene.
So how wicked do we make him? Will he get aggressive?
And it's such
Should
a
he be-
tightrope walk with his character at that point.
Yes.
To
And
keep all those threads
And
together.
so many loopholes and so many threads were being tied in that one particular scene कि वो भी डर था कि बहुत convenient हो रहा है क्या कि सब एक ही scene में खत्म हो गया.
Like
और
actually, it's interesting that your scene that you're talking about in this one, it's a lot of dump in the last.
Yeah.
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 So
go
it's
on,
like
sorry.
one final soliloquy that we eventually end up giving to a character, और सारा कुछ जो बोलना है बोल
Right.
दो, and everything falls in
Right.
place. So we did not want to do something like that. We wanted him to be the hero, but we wanted Jaya to have the agency. So it was a very difficult thing to crack because we wanted her to find her own solutions. We did not want a man to give her the
Right,
solutions,
right.
being the kind of film
Right,
it was.
right.
So in the end, we tend to retain his greed, his basic character trait, and yet there is this generosity about him where he realizes that all she has is a very small dream which can take her out of this particular set of circumstances that she's been born in, and how he gives it up and yet retains the 10,000 that he has been bribed with. वो एक मंगलसूत्र, एक कड़ा जो बचा हुआ है, वो
Right.
रख लेता है. So, you know, it's not a departure from the kind of person that we've designed him
Right.
to be. कि अब अच्छा हुआ तो अचानक एकदम shade of white हो गया.
जी.
That's not what we wanted.
It's only in retrospect that the like, you know, you think of these things, but when you're actually in that moment doing it, that departure does not feel like that much of a departure. You're almost tempted to, like, you know, let him have a full turnaround. Why not?
Correct.
But then to retain that balance.
Correct.
Yes.
So Amir sir was a great sounding board during that climax scene, because we made multiple drafts of it. We knew that we were almost there, पर एक glorious finish जो होता
जी.
है वो नहीं मिल रहा था. There was also a point where we were contemplating that should Jaya hit back Pradeep, the husband, for the kind of abuse that she's been met with, और पुलिस स्टेशन में भी उसने थप्पड़ मारा है, तो सामने अगर थप्पड़ मार देती है तो the balance is set. She says what she has to. We're giving her power. It's a great claptrap
Right,
for the audiences. And yet there was an inner voice which we felt ke somebody who has been at the other end, at the receiving end of a thappad, and if you're sensitive enough, you don't want to put somebody else in the same position.
Right.
So let that woman have that kind of power, control over her, that it's okay if you did that to me. I don't forgive you, but at the same time, I'm not going to give you the same treatment.
This is like the entire thought behind the movie Thappad.
Right.
We also thought that maybe let her just slap him in a public setting and set the scales.
Yeah.
But it's never about that, is it? Now, you have written and it's up there for the world to see. What were your learnings from the written word to how it got translated on screen? Learnings of in terms of the process from a page to the screen, and also in terms of your own writing. Like, for instance, I learned economy of words. When a character says it out loud, 2 words are enough. You don't need 10. That's my learning. But any of these that jumped at you all after this?
In fact, the same, I'd say, because I come from a theatre background. You're playing with limitations of space, you're playing with limitations of property, locations, characters. तो इतना कुछ आप लिखते हो, and you keep spoon feeding your audiences with information over and over again so that, you know, a particular point is not missed out. At the same time, you're catering to somebody who's bought front row tickets and to the lowest common denominator who's sitting on the last row. So you don't want information to get lost in the process. So you hammer them with the same information in different ways. तो जब मैंने पहला ड्राफ्ट लिखा था लापता का, the first feedback that I got from Amir sir was that this is very theatrical in the sense ये play जैसा है. आपका scene construction वगैरह जो है वो drama जैसा है. And what I learned in the process of multiple drafts was how to weed out what was the noise, which I now realize that this was not really needed. तो पहले जब lines कटती थी तो वो राइटर के दिल पे जो प्रोवर्बियल छुरियां चलती है वैसा होता था, अरे ये भी काट दिया, अरे ये भी काट दिया, क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं सर. बट देन व्हेन यू फाइनली एडिटेड द एंटायर सीन एंड यू रीड इट, यू फील कि नथिंग रियली वाज लॉस्ट. इन फैक्ट इट्स मोर कॉम्पैक्ट, इट्स मोर टाइट, it hits you a lot more. So that was editing on paper is one of the prerequisites of a good film.
In fact, that's one kick of mine. If I can bring my draft down by 20 pages, I'm the happiest.
Yeah.
मतलब वो अगर कोई approve करे तो even better.
Yeah.
But I have brought it down from 100 to 80. Yes. What about you?
मेरे case में it's a little different, to be very honest, because I only do first drafts.
Okay.
All my movies, there's no revision.
Okay.
So what I do is, because I watch my movie in front of my eyes as I'm writing it, I can't write more if my movie is not playing out well for me. So only when the scene is perfect, the shot is perfect in my head, can I write down that section. So for me, it's not so much about the revisions of the draft as much as, you know, the conviction behind why I'm putting what I'm putting. And I think whatever movies I have watched in my life, for example, even in Sector, the entire movie can be summarized in one line which is said कि कॉकरोच कितनी भी बॉडी बना ले, जीत हमेशा जूते की होती. Right? That again is a line. So I think we are inherently either parsimonious or we are extravagant with words.
Right.
I think the trend is slowly going more and more towards, even in screenplays and stories, show don't tell.
Yeah.
And that's where your visual layering has to be so much, I think, stronger. And for me, because everything was pretty much self-taught, I would give my edit cuts while writing my screenplay. I would give my short breakdowns also while writing my screenplay, and art and production design. Because I would see a yellow sofa, I'd write yellow sofa, it is made of Rexin, little cracked on the left-hand side, you can see a painting, we close in. So I was told, and that's again, I'm coming to the learnings part, that writers are not supposed to do some things like that. My question is, why not? Let the director do whatever he or she wants to do, but let the writer be allowed to express himself freely, watch his movie, create his movie. There should not be any lines drawn, and the lines are very thick, They're very, very thick. कि एक writer उतना ही कर सकता है. उसके बाद writer को conveniently, more often than not, scene से हटा दिया जाता है. We are nothing more than glorified clerks who are made to, do n number of revisions after revisions after revisions. किसी का mood कहीं बदल गया, पूरी script बदल जाती है. My point is, that is very, very important, and a very important learning, I think, for all writers should be that never second guess your writing.
Yeah.
Ever. Because ये दुनिया आपको second क्या, आपको 20 second guess कराएगी अपने writing पे, और कहीं ना कहीं picture बन जाती है, लेकिन आपका आत्मविश्वास खत्म हो जाता है. I don't know how many writers, we are just lucky to be here. I don't know on how many crushed dreams of writers do we stand here with 2 trophies, right? For one simple reason, I think in Sneha's case, she had a great team which kind of brought Lapata to life. In my case, because then and even now, I entered the industry when I was 44, right? I'm going to be 48 next month, right? It came from a point where it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the pristine creation. Can that creation be brought to life? So I think the learning is also this, कि एक point के बाद, it's not about what sector taught me or what ABCD taught me. I think irrespective of a particular script or a particular story, I think it's time that writers also, a big learning for me, learn to say no. That this is a pristine story. Let us change narrative styles. Let us give a voice to new writers. Let us not always depend on, कि अच्छा ये शायद नहीं चलेगी तो हटा दो. आप पहले उनकी voice को सुनो. आप content को देखो, judge करो, create a forum where, and if you stand up for your convictions, I think over a period of time, the rewards cannot be kept away from you beyond a point.
I think conviction is a key word here, Buddha, and definitely, because as he said that I had a great team. I was the youngest, one of the youngest on the technical part, also relatively new to the whole thing. So everybody who had an opinion on the script, I was quite eager, and I kept feeling that maybe they know better or maybe they know more. Luckily, in my case, everybody was on the same page, in complete sync, and that's how one voice came out.
Right.
And not too many departures were made from the script or the written word or the edit that we had decided on or the characters that we had discussed. But Mrunmayee, is so sad that writing is the starting point and it can just go uphill or downhill from there. And
Yes.
most of the times it is downhill.
Yes.
So there are times when you write more, not so that you're understood, but because you're not misunderstood.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
don't want the scene to play out in a certain way, इसलिए आप इतने सारे उसमें details डालते हो
जी.
कि आप please समझो कि मैं इसमें क्या कहना
So that is
चाहती हूँ.
not misinterpreted in it.
Yeah.
And in fact, like she got a lot of support for Lapata. I was very lucky to get Maddock. Right? They wanted negligible changes. They loved the story. They loved the vision. And it came to a point where obviously you have to shorten a movie. My draft was a little longer than what it is right now. And they said, Bodhi, you do what you think is right. Which I think is a very rare,
Very
rare privilege
Very
that a writer can get.
Right.
I had no creative, a person superimposed upon me that ये करवाना है, ये ऐसे ही होगा. Nobody who told us what to do. But, maybe she of course is way my senior in the industry, but, since we have both awarded the same award, we have been lucky at least with these
Tremendously lucky, yes.
with these 2 films, because, without the right support, a writer can't exist.
True.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
So many veto powers on the way. A star, a financer, a producer,
And
a creative head.
the bizarre market demands, which nobody knows, but everyone seems to know.
Exactly.
And you know something, Mrinmay, the sad part is, if you are a writer with conviction, आपके साथ एक tag लग जाएगा, नहीं, that person is difficult to work with.
Hanji.
Difficult to work with
Smiling so big
is
is
a
that resonate.
euphemism that the person knows his content and wants his content to be made well.
Yeah.
Right.
He is not a pushover. He will not say, yes sir, आप जो बोलेंगे हम वही करेंगे. He believes in what he's written. That makes him or her difficult to work with.
But I have a question for you then in that case, Budhayan. See, you come from a slightly unique position. Okay, like you said, you joined the industry at 44. You've had a career before this. And in another interview, you said that you did not come here to make a living. This is not what you do to make a living. And then to have this kind of a outlook, you know, it serves you well because you're very clear about why you're here. What about those people who may not necessarily, they may have conviction, you know, about their written word, but who may not necessarily have the infrastructure or this is their income?
No, I get what you're saying. So that's a very interesting little thing you've taken from my previous interview that I had given. So before I came to Bombay, I was unemployed for about 5 to 6 years, living off my savings because of my own failures. And I think we all have our failures in life. So when I came to Bombay in 2019 all over again, I had nothing to rely on, right? So it's not really coming from a place ki अरे इनके पास तो bank balance है तो he can afford to kind of take it easy. No, my point is this. The way I create, and since this is a conversation that you're having with us, right?
Sure.
I can share my own unique point of view because I think it should be, this is a message I would like to share with the people who are watching this. That, you know, there was a very famous conquistador called Hernan Cortez. Hernan Cortez is credited with the discovery and actually the destruction of Mexico. Because he went and kind of took on the Aztecs and ended the Aztecs civilization. But the most important part about his journey was when he landed on the shores, there were lots of problems and obstacles that beset him at the time. And the people, his own comrades, wanted to go back to Spain. They were going to mutiny and leave. Cortez, with a few of his subordinates, went and burnt all the ships and said, "Ab tum ja nahi paoge. Ab you have to go forward." My perspective is as follows. Money, financial stability makes all of us basically compromise. And if that becomes, if money is your goal, my humblest request, don't get into the Indian film industry. Because
as a writer at least.
At least as a writer, do not get into the Indian film industry to earn money. Because the problem, in my opinion, with that is that then the stakeholders who are above you become too many. Ab dabe hi rahoge. Of course, we all want to earn. But that shouldn't be the guiding principle, in my opinion. The guiding principle should be to tell great stories.
Right.
To burn those boats when you entered. And I have met so many people, Mrinmay, who have had very successful careers. Software engineers हैं, 2-3 लाख रुपए की बैंगलोर में jobs थी. उन्होंने छोड़ छाड़ के अब Yari Road में they are room sharing with someone just to become a writer.
Right.
And my point is, what is the goal? Why have you come to this juncture? Why have you done that? Have you come here to basically do someone else's work? Then you had a boss in the previous job. You might as well have earned your 2 or 3 lakh rupees. At least at the end of the month, you got a paycheck.
Yeah.
Here, there may be months or years where you get paid nothing, right? In fact, we are I think our industry, we all understand each other so well because हमने सबने suffering देखी हुई है.
जी.
हमको नहीं पता कि अगला चेक कहाँ से आएगा और कब आएगा. We just
आएगा भी या नहीं.
आएगा भी कि नहीं आएगा. तो अगर आप पहले से इस सिचुएशन में हैं, you have nothing to lose. Then it's time we are all Jhansi ki Ranis when it comes to, even if you're writing for other people.
Right.
Let's go with the story which has not been told before. Believing in our conviction.
Right.
That puts a lot of onus on us. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
You cannot be someone who doesn't know, who doesn't want to think out of the box. The entire onus is on you. Your brain has to come up with new stories. But if you can come up with new stories, you will not have to A, second guess yourself, and B, you can afford to burn your boats. Because वैसे भी आपको मिल क्या रहा है खास?
Sure. And I have to make this point here because it's so relevant for a writer to have this kind of conviction and to operate from this kind of honesty and this kind of a mentality. We have got to get paid better. And this is one of the endeavors of SWA where they are systemically trying to ask for fair payment for writers, whether they are new writers, senior writers. And this amazing work has been going on for many years now. I have been part of some of it, a very small part of it. So, what Budhayan said must have resonated with a lot of people out there. And to
I just
have
have
more.
one small point
Yeah,
to add
sure.
to this, because otherwise the context will go away. You know, the one thing that even now irks me a lot, end credits में डायरेक्टर का नाम पहले आता है, राइटर का उसके बाद क्यों नहीं आता? You know, I find it so bizarre. Without the writers, there would be no Indian film industry or any film industry around the world. And yet, I find it very strange that there is the name of the director. They will have everybody, including CFO and PR agent's name, before the writer comes into play.
Right.
And I want us to kind of realize we are the mothers that give birth to stories. But unfortunately, we are like the surrogate mothers. We are designated surrogates. जैसे ही बच्चा निकलता है वो किसी और का नाम हो जाता है, कोई और अपना नाम देता है, and our job is to give birth to the next surrogate and the next surrogate and the next surrogate, and after that with folded hands, despite being mothers to stories that, I mean, a Salim Javed created a Sholay. Without a Salim Javed, there would be no Sholay to
Absolutely.
begin with. Today we can
Absolutely.
talk everything about how great Bachchan Saab was, or Dharamji was, or Himaji was, and say all of it, or you know how brilliant Sippy Saab's direction was, but without Salim Saab and Javed Saab, there would have been no Sholay.
Absolutely.
And even back in the day, they had to go and fight for their rights.
They wrote their own names on
They
posters
wrote, they got it
in
printed
Mumbai.
on posters.
They actually hand wrote also.
Yes. I mean,
in some
I have
instances.
read the brilliant book,
Yeah.
I think written by Anupama Chopra,
Yeah.
on the making of Sholay.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah. And it is quite amazing. My point is, today Hollywood is following this. In any movie or any series you watch, which comes to us from the West, it'll be directed right after that, written by.
Yeah.
प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है? आप लोग ये क्रेडिट देने में आपकी हालत क्यों खराब होती है? You are earning, we are not stopping you from earning your money. We are not stopping the hero from getting the kind of, or the heroine or the leads to get the kind of light. Why is the mother not only not given the credit, but completely pushed into the shadows? Right? What is our motivation to keep giving you stories? Without us, you don't exist. And even then, you make sure that we are possibly the least motivated of the entire team.
Yeah.
And yet, we are supposed to give you the next big thing. So, we now to kind of end the analogy, is like not only surrogate mothers kept in some Middle Eastern harem inside a jail.
Oh Lord.
Right? Back 200 years ago, where you open the jail, chalo bhaiya, now it's your turn, birth another story and go back into the jail. This really needs to change. Sorry for the emotional outburst, but I think I feel for all of us writers.
Yeah.
And we all have the same problems in this industry.
Yeah. So, you were saying that writers are mothers while directors are possibly fathers. Just making a bridge out of the whole female analogy. So, this is for Sneha. I was once in a room and we were jamming about a script that we were working on, which had all women in it. And my boss, who was a man, told me that, what are you all thinking about so much? All the problems of women are about a man only. Either the treatment or love, marriage, what kind of a father, provider. So what's there to think of? There will be some 5 issues, pick one. And that really got me thinking. But what do you think about this?
Well, the trigger can be a man in most circumstances, but how we react to it is a problem that we have to tackle ourselves, because our reactions are also stereotypical. They are also conditioned by the society. They're pretty much suppressed feelings. I think we also need to learn to react differently if the same problem keeps on presenting itself. So even if the problem is created by man, the solutions can be refreshing,
Right.
can be pretty simple actually.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I wanted to say through Lapata, that the kind of life that you want is often just one step away from you. All you need is the gumption to take that one step.
Right.
And most of us lack it. There are very, very basic and fundamental changes that we need to make to our lives, to our thinking, which somehow we just keep on going in a loop of overthinking, over analysis, and suddenly we feel that the problem is too huge and now it cannot be tackled, so you might as well learn to live with it. But if you break it down to smaller things, to smaller questions, relevant questions, and how you can figure it out, often there are simplest of solutions that can solve the biggest of problems.
Right.
So that's what our stories need to be, is that if the problems are not changing, let's see if the solutions can.
And possibly also address the fact that the problems are not changing because that is the problem. I mean, the answer is in that if women did not have that problem, we could possibly have other problems for them, which is providing ambition, creating a better world, going and fighting evil, stopping the aliens. That could also be women problems.
Absolutely.
What do you think about this? Have you thought about this?
Women's problems?
The fact that in a female-led narrative, usually the problem is a man.
So I think
I'm sorry if
fundamentally-
it is a bit ambushing.
Yes, it is. But having said that, and there's no, there's this is never an easy road for a man to chart, because
Yeah.
you're always, whether you like it or not, you're going to give the wrong answer. This is a trick question. You'll always end up giving the wrong answer. But I'll tell you how at least I personally believe. So in my opinion, what has happened is, because of thousands of years of the man being on the outside and the woman taking care of home, etc. Her center of attention was always the man / the children of the household. Right? That was her locus of control, was always just that much. आज अगर हम देखें तो पिछले 40-50 सालों से औरतें अब उस घर के दायरे से बाहर अपने कुछ कदम रख पाई हैं।
जी
लेकिन उनकी रेफरेंस तो वही होगी ना शुरू में।
जी
आज की डेट के अंदर आई पर्सनली बिलीव, स्पेशली इन कंट्रीज विच आर इन दिस ब्रिज पीरियड of gender equality, there is a lot of a woman may take those 10 steps, but she will always live with a sense of guilt also in her mind as to what is she doing for her family, because the responsibilities haven't changed dramatically.
True.
You still have to be a good daughter, you have to be a good wife, you have to be a good daughter-in-law. So what happens is, at the center of this universe, at the center of her guilt universe, which is this bridge between the old world and the new world, lies her husband, lies her kids. So I think it is very normal
Very well put.
for any person in a transitory stage to stick to the old reference set before that journey starts off. So I think it's very early days. The reference set will be meant to a large extent till it is no longer them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And that journey, I think, will take a little longer, in my opinion, for women to stop being women and become individuals.
Right.
The way men aren't just men, we are individuals, because time, as well as I think the power that we have kind of violently shown for the last thousands of years has put us in a way on top of the food chain.
Absolutely. And I think the writers are bringing out many different narratives today. Some of them could be completely gender agnostic, led by, it could be a man, it could be a woman. And I personally believe that it begins with a writer. It begins with our minds to, change these narratives, or at least the perspectives with which the stories are told.
Yes.
Another question which I find interesting for the two of y'all is, again, speaks to the diverse people that y'all are. Sneha has done so much TV. That is literally writing on demand. Even for Lapata, it was something that she was hired to do. A story that was given to her and told, run with it now. You, on the other hand, Sector was completely your brainchild. I believe even your other film is completely your brainchild.
Yeah.
So, one of you is doing work which completely stems from you. The other one has also done original, but is doing commissioned work for hire as well. What do you think the challenges are in both? Is there a preference for either? Sneha, would you want to take this first?
Preference, certainly, because I have currently done more or less more commissioned work, as you rightly put. The good thing is that you have something to work from, and you can base your yes or no while taking the project based on that something. You know where it's going, whether it resonates with you or not, whether you feel you'll value add to it or not. But having said that, post Lapata, post Maharaj, I have realized that the work that is coming to me uh, is of diluted quality, is not something that resonates with me. I don't feel that it has come in the right form, in the right manner. It has the grit, the purpose, the intent that I would want it to have. And then to lend all of it to a project that is stemming from somebody else can be extremely exhaustive. So I feel that maybe this is the right time now to think of ideas that I want to propagate, to think of stories that I want to say. Because more often than not, it is very difficult to find great collaborations.
Right.
I have been extremely lucky to have found my debut platforms in production houses like AKP and YRF, who have deep pockets, who have a great work ethic, who function from years of learning that they've had. But not all production houses, not all independent producers, not all story writers work like that.
Yeah.
And of late, since the last 1 year after Lapata, there has been a series of no's that I've been telling. कि मजा ही नहीं आ रहा है.
Is it also the fact that it must be similar kind of work coming to you because you wrote a certain kind of film?
Initially, a lot of female-oriented stuff, feminist stuff came to me. I said that that's not, मतलब वो सिर्फ झंडे वाला काम ही मैं नहीं करती हूँ. I can write on varied subjects. But at the same time, a lot of people gave me a foot inside the door because of Lapata.
जी.
Having said that, उनको वो भी क्लैरिटी थी कि आपने लापता बहुत अच्छी लिखी थी, पर अब हमें लापता नहीं चाहिए.
हाँ.
हमें थोड़ा कमर्शियल चाहिए, हमें थोड़ा ऐसा चाहिए, मिक्स बैग चाहिए. So then, you know, good that they have the clarity.
Right.
But as I said that, luckily I had two great stories to work from in Maharaj and Lapata Ladies. But suddenly of late, that's not the case. And just for the heck of being associated with a good production house, or just to get the money coming in, I just feel that it's not the right
It's not enough.
way
Right
to
now.
go. And as I said, that if you're giving me a very, very poor excuse for a story, I am not willing to bet my all on it. I'm
On
not
it.
willing to bet an entire year's time and effort on something which is so mediocre to make it just about palatable.
जी.
So I might as well, if it's an error that I'm making, I might as well make an error on my own rather than being on somebody else's
Fair enough.
mercy.
What are your thoughts, Budhay?
So I completely agree with what Sneha is saying, and that is, I think, a problem that all of us in the industry face as writers. But I want to kind of take this question a little for the audience who's watching,
Yes.
especially the young writers who kind of are and it's two ends of the spectrum: original work, commissioned
Absolutely.
work, and I think all of us grapple with this, right? Because one might end up paying the bills, and the other might be a labor of love. Right?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
So I'd like to break it down into a very simple analogy. Both have pros and cons, right? You cannot have, it's not that I'm not Mangal Pandey who's out on a mission or something like that. It just so happens that वो कहानियाँ बनी, वो कहानियाँ pick up हुई. अगर नहीं pick up होती, मैं आज यहाँ नहीं बैठा होता.
जी.
और ये हो भी सकता है कि वो कहानियाँ ना pick up, right? I got lucky. But to draw the analogy is very simple for all those people who are kind of tuning into this. When you write commissioned, it is like you are invited into a family home, right? When you are invited into a family home, आप सबसे न्यू मेंबर हो उस घर में, आप कितने भी दिग्गज हो, आपको उस फैमिली के रूल्स के हिसाब से चलना पड़ता है. There is a बड़े पापा, there is a दादाजी, there is a चाचा जी, there is a मासी, etc., etc.
Sure.
You must know your P's and Q's. If you are someone who can naturally know your P's and Q's, आपको अच्छे से उस घर में रखा जाएगा. In fact, they will keep inviting you to the family home again and again and again. But like with any family, आपको नखरे भी बर्दाश्त करने पड़ेंगे.
जी.
I'm sure all of us have family members. We are not always super happy when we interact with our parents or our siblings and all. But हमें वो दिखाना पड़ता है, वो respect, वो मर्यादा maintain करनी पड़ती है. हम लोग कमरे में जाके we might hit the cupboard in anger, but we can't do that. So in commission work, it is all about the collaboration, because it doesn't matter if you've done one work, the goal is to be invited again to this family home again and again, and
Right.
this family will pick up the phone and call up another family home and say that, you know what, you must work with so and so, you must invite them to your place because they are wonderful to stay with,
Right.
and that is how you grow.
That's a lovely analogy. Very, very, what do you call it? Positive.
Yeah, so you can grow, and the good part is you will never have a dearth of work. Right? What are the negatives of this? हाँ, आपको सहना पड़ेगा. किसी किसी घरों में आप तानाशाही ज़्यादा चलती है, किसी घरों में तानाशाही कम चलती है. आपकी सहन शक्ति पे है. So please take a reality check कि आपकी सहन शक्ति कितनी है.
जी.
If you have unlimited सहन शक्ति, commission writing is superb. It gives you a very stable income, and I'm sorry, it all comes down to the income we earn as well. We all have bills to pay, we all have families to feed and our own mouths to feed. So
Right.
it's a job at the end of the day, like any other job. Right? सिनेमा से पेट नहीं भरा जाता, एक काम से पेट भरा जाता. The other side, original work is like building a high rise. Under scaffolding, no one has ever seen it. One fine day, pulling down the scaffolding and saying, "Tada!" Now you have one of two options. Either everyone will say, "Oh my God, what a building," right? उसके बाद आपने बनाई है तो आप बोलो, आप नहीं, साइड हो, आप आइए.
जी.
Right? You have the power to choose who you want to work with. You have the power to kind of, at least some
Collaborate with.
say. हो आप तब भी writer, right? And then there'll be the big people who pull up and like, आइए please. So the bigger studios, the bigger production houses, you'll be very happy that they come and buy your building and take your building. But the building is yours, so you have a little more say in the matter. Having said that, the flip can happen. आपने तड़ा करके आपने scaffolding उतार दी, लोग हंसने लग गए, लोगों को समझ ही नहीं आया. Now you're lumped with that building. और आपके 6-8 महीने 1 साल निकल गया उसमें.
Yeah.
Right?
जी.
So it comes down to this bizarre maths, this bizarre choice you have to
Absolutely.
make. I think the best path, something that even I am going on, is to take a bit of both worlds. Right? One can always, as a young writer, there is no shame. In fact, it's very gratifying to learn from other people, join commercial
Yeah.
projects. Right? आप छोटे नहीं हो जाते हो. In fact, you end up meeting a plethora of people where original works don't make you meet those people. When I wrote Sector, I sat in my own room and over 25 days I finished my script. After that, my agent took it somewhere. My first meeting was with Maddock after about 3 to 4 months.
Right.
Right? After this entire process went. But today, if I had learned, for example, from a writing room, I would have made 5 friends,
Yeah.
6 collaborators, become friends with 2 production houses, someone to help me, take me on the side, a shoulder to cry on. Right? And it pays the bills.
Right.
So I'm saying for all of us out there as writers, especially if you're young and you're wondering what to do, both these worlds exist, but understand that both have their pros and cons.
Absolutely. Very, very well put. I'm sure this benefits a lot of them, including me. What is the best writing advice you guys have got from anyone, or even come across or learnt on the job?
Learned on the job? Write. A lot of writers don't want to write, is what I have realized. Because when you turn up with pages, when you turn up with scenes, when you turn up with drafts, there are times when producers or directors are actually surprised. कि अरे आप पन्ने लेकर आई हैं. Because half the times they are also not expecting it from you. So that's a very crazy thing that I find, that you've been employed to write, you might as well deliver. आप सोचो, writer's block, luxury, you take your time, are different things. There are so many times I feel that people don't want to write. So that goes against the integrity of the profession. So yes, there are pitfalls in being a writer. You more often than not behind the scenes. There are speed breakers and there are places where you could be exploited. At the same time, I feel that the greatest currency that a writer has is a bound script. So at least turn up with that. Secondly, I would feel that if you have friends in the industry, if you have mentors in the team who are willing to talk to you, learn to navigate contracts, learn to navigate monies, try to get a network of like-minded people where you can discuss the most inane things, ask the most fundamental questions because they really scare you. As a debutant, I remember I was petrified of asking the most basic questions because I had no idea. There's nobody in my family who's in the business. There's no friend of mine in the profession. And there's so much of jargon that is continuously thrown at you. It can really put you off. At most time, all you want to do is write. And then there are 10 other questions that you have to answer, which
Yeah.
completely takes your focus away from the writing.
Yeah.
And you're wondering whether they're paying me enough, whether they've made me sign my liver, kidney and heart in return of the script that I'm
Absolutely.
giving.
In perpetuity in all galaxies.
Yeah, so it's quite worrisome. So I would really want that there should be some fundamental navigation techniques that
Right.
newer writers are fortified with. SWA is of course doing a great job,
Yeah.
but there's of course a lot more left to be done, and the onus is also on writers who are established. The onus is on production houses to make it transparent. So for the writers, yes, get informed, be good at your job, deliver, respect the deadlines. There's a lot of money riding on the script that you're offering. So let there not be any misunderstanding in your mind that this is a two-way street.
Right.
So give something wonderful in return. Yes, initial exploitation might happen, initial ambiguity might be there, but when you're consistent, when you deliver, when you have something solid that you offer to a room, it silences a lot of people.
Right.
And the bargaining power immediately shifts. There's a shift in the energy, there's a shift in the veto powers, and people know an intelligent mind, a confident mind, people know conviction when it enters the room. So
Very
make
well
your
said.
argument so good that you don't have to shout.
Very
And most
well said.
importantly, you don't have to beg.
Yeah.
Very important.
Very well said.
No, I'm just thinking of how many points of hers can I carry forward, because she's pretty much
Summed it.
given the mother load. No, but I completely agree with what Sneha has just said, and to that I would like to add a very kind of jugaad thought for the people who are watching this, and I use it myself till today. I've used it from very early in my life, even before I entered the industry, and it can be summarized as follows: कि मांगने में क्या जाता है,
I agree.
right? हम लोग अजीब लोग हैं, हमारे यहाँ पे हमको शर्म बड़ी आती है.
हाँ.
I don't know why, and I'm besharam that way, right? So when we're talking about sector, for example, even then, there's a particular time when it had to come down to कितना लोगे आप, what is the fees? So I said, इसका मैं इतना लूँगा. Now it was comparatively an astronomical sum compared to what other writers would pitch for their debut with no background in the industry. And my agent said that, bro, ये amount नहीं मिल सकता. I said, मांग के तो देख. नहीं होगा. So he said, इतना होगा. I said, इतने में control alt delete है, मिलने नहीं वाली. Right? It's either this figure or no figure. Right? But I was very lucky that I got that figure. After I finished Sector 36, I realized that I wanted to now move a little, kind of get a bird's eye view, and I wanted to direct now. Right? And I was very lucky that I had a chance back in the day to have met Shobha Sant, who was with Jio, and we interacted at the time of Sector. And the next script I wrote, which hopefully is going to be released this year, which I have directed, it's my debut directorial, was again because I asked the right people, can I direct?
Right.
Right? So every single time, for all of us out there who are wondering, yaar kuch ho nahi raha, aapne manga. The child that cries is the child who's fed. I always believe that. बहुत बार ना, I have come across young writers, नहीं sir, I didn't want to disturb you, so I didn't text.
जी.
And what they don't realize is that somebody else did, and that job went away to that person. As simple as that. I think it is our job. The biggest thing I have learned is, आपको जो चाहिए, मांगो.
मांगो.
भीख मत मांगो, अपना हक मांगो. But it comes with one precondition. कि खुद को इतना बुलंद बना कि खुदा बंदे से पूछे बोल तेरी रजा क्या है. Your work has to be very, very good for you to be anyone to make demands. So before all else, बाहर वाले से मांगने से पहले अपने आप से मांगो that are you deluded about your capabilities or are you constantly trying to develop your capabilities. A writer has to be well read. A writer has to be well watched. A writer has to draw his inspiration from multiple sources. चाहे वो commission कर रहा हो, चाहे वो original कर रहा हो. The rules are the same for both kinds of work. Because commission में भी आपसे वो लोग एक नया perspective expect कर रहे हैं, एक freshness expect कर रहे हैं. Rules उतनी फर्क नहीं है.
जी.
So मांगो जो मांगना है और शायद दुनिया दे भी दे.
Yeah.
लेकिन पहले उस लेवल के खुद को
बनाओ।
बनाओ
True.
कि आप वो मांग सको.
True. Very, very well put. This is a great note to sort of wind up on. However, I have one more question which I think we cannot skip in this time and age. I'm sure you all are aware of the controversy surrounding Ranjana because of the AI and changing their ending. And what do you think about this phenomenon? Are we ready for it? Are we not going to have a choice in it? What can we do to navigate through it, because it is upon us?
Well, it's a problem that has presented itself of late. We are not completely aware of how deeper it can go, the kind of facets that it can have. But I certainly feel that there has to be mutual agreement in event of any such possibility. That's a right that you cannot take away from the original creator of the content. Even if you own the intellectual property, there is an ethical, moral spine that a production house ought to have. And if you don't want to leave it to their discretion, make sure that it's a part of your contract. It's very, very essential. We still do not know the kind of ramifications that AI is going to have, especially in the Indian film industry, the regional content, the Hindi content. But again, I would really seek the help of institutions like the SWA to get clarities, to inform, to educate up and coming writers as to what the entire boom is about, what our rights are in this regard, what can be demanded, what can be refused. But coming to the more creative part of it, not something that I would be very happy with. Every film, every project, every story is written with a certain end in mind, is written with a certain trajectory, and it's best to leave it that way. You can reimagine it in a completely different avatar, a 2.0 version, but to change that one particular thing which had found its audience, which had found its success, which had found its soul in that particular kind of storytelling, to then mess with it is something that I don't think I'm entirely happy with.
Right. What do you think?
So, I mean, she's absolutely right, but that's what these contracts are for, to make us sign off all rights for perpetuity and across galaxies. I was actually surprised to see that there is a line and across galaxies.
Yeah.
So in case a movie is made in Andromeda, even then we can't.
Then
make
we
this movie. So that's pretty cool. But having said that, see, man is the only species that so assiduously plans its own destruction. There is no other species on this planet that is so hell-bent on destroying itself.
Yeah.
No other species. Whenever given a choice between war and welfare, we'll choose war. Right? हम लोग शांति से जी ही नहीं सकते हैं. और हर इंडस्ट्री जब जिंदगी में हो रहा है तो फिल्म क्या है?
जी.
Right? I mean, we are the only ones who will go so gung-ho about AI when we know every single sci-fi movie since Stanley Kubrick's days and Isaac Asimov have all talked about AI overtaking man. Even 2001: A Space Odyssey talked about AI malfunctioning.
Yeah.
लेकिन हमें क्या चाहिए? AI ही चाहिए.
AI
So we are all set. We don't need meteorites. We don't need meteorites or tsunamis to destroy us. हम लोग काफी हैं.
हाँ.
तो अगर हम वही पन्ना लेते हैं, तो it's but normal. You see, we cannot let anything grow and prosper and everyone live happily ever after. हमें तो चुल मची है ना, कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही है. So we will always head towards a path of discussion. However, having said that, I think eventually what will happen is there will be enough of a critical mass of unrest. अभी तो आपने रांझना को टच किया है, फिर कल किसी और चीज को टच करोगे. There is already a problem right now where artists like Bachchan Saab have actually got copyrights on their voice use also. So you cannot use the voices. This will reach a climax as it always does. There will be strikes, in my opinion. That's what I say. There will be strikes and all of that, and finally there will be a bifurcation where the AI will have its own path and filmmaking will have its own path. But to be very honest with you, I do not see a future in which AI doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't see a future in which AI does not take over larger and larger sections, because you're dealing with a force which is stronger than the human mind.
Yes.
In terms of the sheer processing power. आज हम लोग जो अपने WhatsApp या हम लोग AI से बात करते हैं, that is AI in, it's a gurgling baby
Oh
AI.
Yes.
Certainly.
And it's going to blow up
Yes,
fairly
it is
soon.
going to blow up. So these conversations are moot for a
Yeah.
simple reason. We will have the problems. अब ये लास्ट में इस हॉलोकॉस्ट के बाद देखा जाएगा कि बचता क्या है,
जी.
which even I don't honestly have the answer for.
Absolutely. So I'd like to get into something a little lighter now. Now that we have gone in the future and seen how we are destructive as species and we can't help it. So these are just a few questions which are not the intense writer asks writer questions. Let's just have fun with this. I will ask both of you. What has been your favorite Hindi film in, like, say, the last 3 years? Top of the mind.
Last 3 years. Okay, now that's. It's not 3 years, but I've loved Maqbool and Omkara
Okay. Fair enough.
immensely.
You?
Last 3 years, Lapata Ladies by far.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay.
And I've told her that.
He did.
Do you all read? And if so, what are you all reading right now?
Oh, so right now I am reading this fantastic book by Manu Joseph called Why the Poor Don't Kill Us.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's about how the psychological makeup of the socio-economic classes, why we're such a peaceful 1.5 billion people when we can literally rise up and take down all the super rich.
Absolutely.
Why do we not do it psychologically? So that's what I'm reading. I read all the time. I have a library at home, so that's the book I'm reading right now.
And
Yes,
you?
I'm an avid reader too, and I would strongly urge all the budding writers to read. I'm reading the Mountains Echoed by Khalid Hosseini,
Okay.
and at the same time also reading Indra Nuyi's autobiography.
Nice,
So
nice.
that's a beautiful combination.
Yeah, absolutely. How much time do you all spend on social media, Instagram? Are you all slaves to it, or you all are like, no, we are not on it?
I am.
Me too.
Okay.
You know, it's become doom scrolling. Doom scrolling has become a
Yes.
bit of,
Yes.
अब बोर हो रहे हैं तो doom scrolling कर ही
हाँ,
लेते
so there's this.
और घंटे निकल जाते हैं?
हाँ, निकल जाते हैं.
So I'm not the only one, thank God.
तो कभी कभी कुछ बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग उसमें से भी मिलता है. सो देयर इज दिस अधर्म करते वक्त धर्म वाली वृत्ति के राइटर हैं तो जरूरी है जानना. सो दैट्स हाउ एट टाइम्स आई मेक माई पीस विद इट, बट एवरी टाइम दैट आई टेल माई सन दैट यू शुड नॉट बी डूइंग दिस, there's this inner voice which tells me shut up, you
एक
can.
उंगली आपकी तरफ भी उठ रही है.
Stop
No,
being
but you know,
hypocrite.
as writers, I think simultaneously दिमाग में बहुत कुछ चल रहा है. So I think
I
it's
agree.
more of a distraction visually while we're thinking.
It's replaced the walks, to
Yes.
be honest.
Yeah, it's also
तो
a great
चल ही कहाँ
barometer
सकते?
क्योंकि जब आप कुछ लिख रहे हो, when it gets really intense and interesting, you realize कि आपको फोन की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है.
जी,
और जब आपका ही दिल उसके अंदर नहीं है तो तुरंत तो
Correct.
आपको वो पता चल
Yeah,
जाता है
yeah.
कि
Correct.
मजा नहीं आ रहा है जो भी
हाँ,
कर रहे हो.
हम कितने पानी में हैं with regards to the
Yes,
script.
right.
That's a good one. Do deadlines mean anything to you all? Do you all respect them? Do you all get motivated by them?
I respect them tremendously.
Same.
मतलब मैं बहुत कभी कभी गुड गर्ल हो जाती हूँ डेडलाइंस के मामले में, और इतना प्रेशर ले लेती हूँ अपने आप पे कि कभी कभी मुझे लगता है कि मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि भाई नहीं सूझा मुझे कुछ, या जो सूझा वो अच्छा नहीं था, या द सीन डिड नॉट टर्न आउट द वे आई वांटेड इट टू. बट आई थिंक इट बाइंड्स यू ब्यूटिफुली into writing because most of the times you want to procrastinate. पर अगर एक डेडलाइन होती है तो it kind of keeps reminding you
Right.
कि लिखना है,
It gives you
करना
a bit
है.
of a destination वाला feeling कि
Yes.
तब
Also,
तक
it's a
जाना.
luxury that more film writers have because I also dabble in television. Deadlines को miss करना
Is
वो
not an
मतलब
option. Is not an option.
unpardonable है.
Correct, correct.
तो वो डेस्क डिसिप्लिन बहुत ब्यूटीफुल आ जाती है. 3 या 4 घंटे बैठ के रोज लिखना है, पेपर्स टर्न आउट करने हैं, नरेशंस देने हैं, तो वो इतना अच्छा रियाज हो
बिल्कुल,
जाता है
बिल्कुल.
that the words and thoughts flow a little more freely.
Interesting.
You're not constantly grappling for ideas. You know you have to get the job done. So luckily television has trained me beautifully to deliver.
Gives a great perspective on this whole motivation, inspiration wala dilemma.
Yes.
How do deadlines work for you? Because you write for yourself. As in? You're
yeah,
not-
so for me it's actually the reverse problem because I unfortunately am cursed with being super fast.
Okay.
Like my next movie that After Sector that I wrote and which I directed, I finished in 5 days, Monday to Friday, the whole script.
We must
Right.
do a sidebar on this. I am
so
very slow.
So what happens is sometimes when I'm writing for other people, I have to, for example, एक platform ने call किया, बोधी, we love this, how about this? So there was a conversation where they said, can you make it 60 pages instead of 90 pages? This was on a Friday. I said, how interesting can I do that? Like, can I maintain my story and remove 1/3 of the script? So I sat down that very evening, and the next evening it was done. अब मैं super excited, I'm like a child, when I get excited. So I mailed it to them. उल्टा वहां से फोन आ गया, बोधी, you were supposed to wait. So I have learned the reverse, which is, अच्छा मेरा काम हो गया है. Now I have to wait. I'm, for 5 days to make so that they don't get unrealistic expectations.
Wow.
Then and I will be told by my agents that बोधी इतने जल्दी नहीं देते हैं because सामने वाला फिर double expect
Yeah.
कर लेगा. But having said that, I think for me, even if that was not the case, if I was not like naturally a fast writer or a fast creator, deadlines are non-negotiable for me, irrespective.
Yeah.
That is, I think you are known in this industry. Content बाद में आता है. Do you deliver what you commit?
It's a cornerstone, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
As
you
I
have
said,
to
young
deliver what
writers need to
Respect
really, really respect. Because as I said that it gets the ball rolling, it gets the momentum.
ये
एक
अच्छी आदत है ये, बहुत
एनर्जी
अच्छी
पे
आदत
शुरू
है.
होती है
जी.
चीज, वरना it can just keep languishing, other things take precedence, it just keeps going behind, and the energy that it kind of then eventually attracts is so lethargic. You'd rather want things
Moving.
moving.
Got it. A genre that you love as audience, which you would dread as a writer?
Sci-fi.
Sai.
I don't think I can write sci-fi as much as I enjoy.
What about you? Anything?
Yes. Good, I don't know what the right term for it is, but good time pass movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. For example, there used to be a movie called Mean Girls.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. Devil Wears Prada. I don't know how many times I've watched that same movie. Serendipity, right? Which is a beautiful romantic movie. I can't write these movies. I will never be able to possibly write these movies.
Do you dread writing them? Or you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
know
yeah.
you
No. I mean, I don't even know if I can possibly even. I should attempt to it. But आप मेरे को Mean Girls दोबारा चलवा दो. I'll be like, I'll sit with a popcorn and
so
watch it.
insane.
It's so interesting.
He's just written Sector 36 and he's an avid watcher of Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I have to say this. Any contemporary screenwriter you all admire? One of us.
मुझे विशाल जी का काम बहुत अच्छा लगता है, लेयरिंग बहुत अच्छा लगता है उनका. जूही इज somebody
Absolutely.
I really respect. She's doing some great work. Yeah.
I think Satyanshu is
Okay.
brilliant. And there are lots of people at this moment, it's one of those questions आप गलत टाइम पे पूछ रहे हो,
हाँ.
अभी एक नाम याद नहीं आ रहा
Correct.
I know.
Whereas if you had asked me this maybe 15 minutes earlier, 15 minutes later, ये भी वो भी.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think Motwane is also very good. Anurag Kashyap has written a lot of great stuff back in the day. Vishal ji, of course, has written great stuff. But yeah,
Great.
it's a very long list to be very honest.
Absolutely. You've already answered this, but a guilty pleasure cheesy film that you love.
Devil Wears Prada is actually yeah.
But
It's not so
would
guilty, I
you
think.
say it's cheesy?
Not
No,
at all.
it's not.
No, I'm talking about really cheesy stuff, okay? Which you all will feel embarrassed mentioning here, which you all should, but.
Okay, so there was this movie, I don't know how many people know of this. It was called Superman, starring Puneet Isar as Superman.
I know this. I have
Yes.
seen it.
It is amazing. It's an incredible watch.
मैंने वो उसके इंस्टा के ग्रैब्स कुछ देखे हुए
हाँ.
It's cringe.
मेरे पास DVD हुआ करती थी कभी because it is a cult movie, right? So yeah, so that's one I can
I'm
think of right
judging
now.
you.
What about you?
Yes, please. I watch really bad films also.
What about you?
I don't think they're like cringe fest.
No, not cringe fest. It's just, I mean, like for me, it is all the Three Devs and Vishwatmas and
हाँ मतलब मुझे
Khoon Bari Maang and all.
बड़े मियाँ छोटे मियाँ
हाँ.
और उस किस्म की मूवीज बहुत अच्छी लगती है, जो जिस किस्म का टाइमिंग और जिस किस्म की कॉमेडी के साथ,
Absolutely.
and the way they get away with it,
Hmm.
the kind of dances, certain
And
costumes,
situations, some absurd situations, and they do it so well.
yeah, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर कन्विक्शन से करो, तो अगर ये भी इतना
ये भी हो
एंगेजिंग
सकता है,
है, तो हम बहुत ज्यादा डरते हैं, हम क्यों
हाँ.
डरते हैं?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's call them masala, not cheesy. How did you celebrate any of your big moments in the journey, whichever, like पहला green light मिला या call आया या award मिला या release हुई, any of these? Was there any celebration that you all had spontaneous?
First is of course informing the family and the immediate well wishers.
But what was the moment?
The first was when I came to know that actually Maharaj was the first film I wrote. Lapata was the first film that released. So जब महाराज मैं लिख रही थी, तो वो लिखने के बाद मुझे पता चला that it has already been commissioned by YRF, जो तब तक मुझे नहीं बताया गया था.
हाँ.
सो 1st of October को जब वीवर लाइक ये ड्राफ्ट नरेट करेंगे, तब मुझे बताया गया कि कल हम आदित्य सर को, आदित्य चोपड़ा को नरेट करें और आप नरेट कर रहे हो. सो आई वाज लाइक, I couldn't breathe. So, you know, I'm like calling everybody. And the second thing that I remember is, of course, I was just out of a meeting with Tanaji, the executive producer of Lapata, and Kiran ma'am. And I was on my way back, and मैंने phone on किया, and messages started coming in that the movie has been chosen as India's official entry to the Oscars. So I was like, to be happy, and that was one moment that I think I missed my father the most, because I think that would have been he would have been the first person I would have wanted to call. So then I of course messaged the family and all. But I also am extremely reserved in a manner कि मुझे लगता है that I'll jinx my happiness. And it has kind of been a pattern over my life कि जब मैं बहुत ज़्यादा excited किसी चीज़ के लिए हो जाती हूँ, तो वो डिले हो जाती होती है.
But delay
होती जाती है. मतलब वो farther. तो मैं थोड़ा संभल के celebrate
managing your
हाँ.
emotions and expectations. What about you?
I've not had that long a journey, honestly. So, you know, I have not kind of this thing. But yeah, two things I think stand out if that is the case. The first was when I got to know that Maddock has greenlit. It's the first time I'd heard this word, greenlit Sector 36. And my agent called me, bro, it's greenlit. Now, me coming from a corporate background, and by the way, I'm not from advertising, I'm from proper corporate. I was this side of it. I was a marketing MBA in companies like Nestle and Unilever. So
Right.
I was this side of the table, not the agency side.
Okay.
So, being a corporate guy, when he said greenlit, मतलब script previous शाम को गई थी, अगले दिन greenlit हो गई. So I thought end of day हो गया होगा ना, मतलब like, bro, you have no idea. So that was kind of a bit of a shock that
Nice.
it was greenlit. And the second was when I think I got a final go ahead for my directorial. You know, because that is a serious dream come true for any person in this industry. But you know, fundamentally, I think मेरी आत्मा शायद सारी जिंदगी एक गरीब की आत्मा ही रहेगी. So my celebrations stay very garib. I like it that way. So, you know, I have particular places from where khana will come when it's you know, when it's expensive and all. So on the days when I have to celebrate, I'll order sushi.
Acha.
You know, I don't know if I can afford more than that or I can't, it doesn't matter. But I will stick to those markers कि जब एकदम ही बेरोजगार थे तो you know, वो डैनियल्स क्रॉस करते थे बैंड्रा और एक मैकरून 110 रुपए का होता था. We used to say यार कभी पैसे होंगे तो खरीदेंगे.
Like it needs a reason.
Yeah, so I don't upgrade my gratification. I keep my gratification वो गरीबी वाले gratification. So it kind of grounds me and keeps me more.
Interesting. And a final question. Who did y'all think would win the best debut film, if not y'all? Among the three.
I had a slight inkling that there were chances that it would be us. I'd be very, very honest.
You should be.
The second choice was Sector 36 for the kind of grit that we had. It was very raw. It was visceral, you know, and I felt that maybe if the SWA chose something which was more gritty, more gripping, then maybe it would be Sector 36.
You already answered.
But I've put on my testimonial of nomination. I mean, I couldn't have been more blatant in saying, मैं अपने पे एक रुपया ना लगाऊं भाई साहब. But yeah, having said that, the only way, if it wasn't given to the three of us, I would have believed that SW could have gone in one of two directions, right? If it had been only one, either they could have, rewarded a movie like Lapata, which was wholesome, which was fun, which still delivered a message, or if they had gone sector, had that universe, come to play where only one was chosen, and they had chosen sector, which I thought was a 1 in 100 chance. But had they chosen sector, chosen it for just the sheer rawness of the storytelling, as and that's a very acquired, kind of
Yeah.
flavor. It's like Devil Wears Prada gives you a very strong message as well. So if Lapata is Devil Wears Prada and Sector is Seven, with Brad Pitt and Denzel Washington, so you go one way or the
Or
other
the
way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think
And my worry was कि ओपन कैटेगरी में हम लोग नहीं थे, तो ऐसा भी नहीं कि चलो डेब्यू इनको दे दिया तो ओपन कैटेगरी में
आपको
इनको
वहाँ से,
देंगे
हाँ।
तो you're appeasing
Popular and critics' choice.
Correct.
Yeah, तो
So then I was like seriously worried, and jury was one place I would not have wanted to be in this
So
case.
trust me, it was no cakewalk at all. But thank you so much for being here and spending this very, very valuable time. This is going to benefit so many people out there who are trying to get a foothold here, who have not the first idea what it takes, because they're struggling with their stories, with their voices, with finances, with what their families want them to do versus what they want to do. And getting into this industry is like getting into a beast, But having said that, it's only beauty that can tame the beast. And these beautiful writers with their beautiful stories, are here today and have given us gems. So I thank them on behalf of the SWA.
thank you.
Thank
For
you.
being
Thank
here
you
and
so
doing
much.
this. Also, I must thank SWA for organizing this year after year with such incredible care and love. Writing is a very lonely job, and you providing us with this sense of community is really invaluable. So I thank you for doing this.